TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Memories of your matches with Taker.
Man, that there was something between Paige, and this is rumors. I heard when Paige first met with Vince, there was some kind of incident where, Vince got up or, whatever. Somehow he didn't expect a hug, and Paige gave him a hug. I think, and I heard that's how the whole Steve Austin, when Steve started hugging people in the ring, I heard that was like kind of a rib on what Paige did with Vince. He hugged him in the office, which I guess kind of caught Vince off guard. And they kind of made a goof of it, but then I kind of got over when Steve was doing that on the camera. Paige did something to rub either Taker or Vince or both the wrong way. I can tell you two stories that kind of back that up. Paige had this, a little pocket organizer, a little Palm Pilot or whatever the fuck they were back then. Now everyone has it on their phone, but back then that was kind of unique. And Paige is an A to Z guy, and he used to like to type up his matches in his Palm organizer. And he started telling me, well, this is the greatest thing you can have. And, if you have one, I have one, and I type up the match, I can zoom it to you, you'll have it. And, Paige writing out the matches and going over it. That was fine with me. I didn't give a fuck. But apparently, Paige is doing a run-in on one to take his matches. And when Paige got to the bottom of the ramp, the mat was up, and he tripped. Hit his head on the fucking part of the ring that goes across the bottom. Came up, and it was a bloody mess, but still got in the ring and, did the run-in on Taker. He was bloody, man. And apparently Vince said, I wonder if Paige had written that into his Palm Pilot to remember to fall and break his head open.
Right.
So that line, and then if you watch the SummerSlam, it's so frustrating. When me and Paige won the tag belts, right afterwards, they're professional women. They want to take pictures So as soon as me and Paige get to the back with the belts, the photographer's there and they want promo shots. And I see Taker walking by and I say, hey, Taker, I'm like, think I should get these pictures now or should I wait a while? He goes, because I was wrestling, me and Paige were wrestling him and Kane. We find out as soon as we get back through the curtain, we did the promo with Regal where he says, well, you guys got to defend these belts now. At SummerSlam, the title versus title against Taker and Kane because they had the WCW tag belts. So I know right away.
Right.
So joking, I say, should I take pictures now or should I wait a few weeks? He goes, I'd take them now. So I think, and when I talked about this before with Goldberg, finally, I'm a tag champ, I'm US champ, I have 2 belts, things are going great for me in WWE, I'm on SummerSlam, 3rd from the top. That's how you get paid, man. I got $13,000 for that fucking match. For fucking 8 minutes in the cage with Taker and Kane. 13 fucking grand for 8 minutes, man. And, it's like, finally, a cage match. I'd never been in a cage match before, so I had a million ideas. I wanted to blade, obviously. I thought all of us should blade, or at least me and Paige should blade. I asked Taker, I was like, if we're on top, both of us standing there, you choke slam me from the top rope into the ring. Or if you want, I'll be outside fighting, you grab me, I'll be on the outside choke slam me through the fuck. I figured with Taker, man, we could get away with anything.
Right.
So let him choke slam me through the announce table. Last ride, I said, you on the top rope. I'll climb up. Last ride from the top rope. Just fucking chuck me. He said, nope, they want you to leave Paige. They want you to be up, standing, and leave Paige. And it was all personal bullshit. Because they hate Paige so much, an angle that no one even picked up on. No fan really picked up on this. That his own partner leaves him to get beat up by 2 people. Because of that, now the blading, we didn't blade in that match, which I think hurts any cage match. I think Austin was fighting Angle in the main event, I think. And they were going to stop it because of bleeding. So I understand that. That makes sense. But then don't book a fucking cage match. Think ahead. Don't book a cage match if you can't bleed. I understand that. If I blade deep, and I would have, man, I would have been covered. And then they don't stop that match, but they stop Angles. Whatever. That makes sense. But I think because of either Taker's hatred or Vince's hatred for Paige, they fucking hurt that match bad. It's one of my worst matches ever. It's one of the biggest matches I've had. I woke up that Sunday for that pay-per-view in California. I think it was in California. And I open up a USA Today, and fucking there's my picture in the middle of USA Today. I was like, holy fuck. And then it's one of my worst matches. I'm embarrassed about that match because those motherfuckers... No, it's definitely not Kane. Kane's one of the sweetest guys in the world. And I think Taker could have stepped up and said, let's make this match good instead of just a way to embarrass Paige. I thought that was lame. I don't know if it was Paige or Vince, but months and months later when Paige is already gone...
Right.
Me and Taker's getting ready. We pull up in the parking lot and we're behind a fence where the fans are all lined up screaming at us. Taker's fucking getting his stuff out. I get out of my car, I'm getting my stuff out. Now we're a few cars apart. But somebody fucking screams out, Taker, what do you think of DDP?
Huh.
Now he's on the spot, man. This fucking fan put him on the spot. And he looks at me, looks at the fan, he looks back at me, he goes, there's a certain way we do things here. And some people come in with their own ideas, and those people usually don't last.
Huh.
And that's all he said, man. He kind of looked at me and just kind of went, that's the truth. So, I mean, I think that kind of sums up Paige's run there in WWE.
You got. Let's talk about your WWE run, because there's a lot of stuff I still want to talk about. As far as your WWE run, how did you get into the company?
Jim Ross, through Johnny Ace, got back in touch with me and said, don't worry, within days of the final show. So as soon as your 30 days is up, we're going to meet with you. Okay. I met with him, but they offered me, went from $400,000 a year or so before. My first contract, they offered me $100. My agent got me $125. As soon as I got hurt, I had a no-cut deal. My agent didn't give me a no-cut deal unless I got hurt for 3 months. On the 3-month mark of my knee injury, I got the call. He said, either we're going to fire you or take a $25,000 pay cut. So I went down to $100,000.
Okay. Once you got to the WWE locker room initially, did they resent any of the WCW guys, or were you ribbed a lot?
Not ribbed, but there was a definite dividing line.
Right.
A lot of them ate by themselves, and I was lucky enough. I knew Matt and Jeff to some extent. You know, I'd kept in touch somewhat with those guys. Believe it or not, I got along with Edge pretty well right off the bat. You know, and I was good friends with Hurricane, and he's real good friends with Matt and Jeff. So that kind of eased me into that group. So I wasn't so much part of that dividing line. But in the very beginning, man, we ate by ourselves. They pretty much dressed by themselves. We dressed in our own room. There was a huge, legit dividing line at the beginning that I think could have been used to, you know, in some extent, I think it played on TV that there was some legitimate, you know, fear and hatred and jealousy and all that other shit going on. He should have kept the company separate, man. We could sit here all day and talk about how Vince.
Definitely. Your first angle in the company was with the Alliance. Were you surprised that the angles dropped so quick?
I was surprised they featured me. I was surprised they made me the Alliance MVP. Invasion MVP first. The pay-per-view was called Invasion. And they had me do a promo the next day of me saying, because I was part of the 4-man, you know, 8-man tag that won, and I did such a good job in that. I'm the Invasion MVP. That was their idea. They had the t-shirts printed up. And then it was Invasion MVP and quickly got switched to Alliance MVP. So that, to some extent, I kind of did that on my own too. I kept it going because I kept wearing the t-shirt. They didn't tell you really what to wear at first. I mean, sometimes they did. They told me to wear that t-shirt first, and I kind of did it my own. And then after a while, Vince threw somebody, Johnny Ace, said, isn't he wearing that shirt a little too long? That was the end of the shirt.
Right.
But, you know, and then they put this U.S. strap on me and take, but, dude, that angle, NWO lasted for over a year. The Invasion angle should still be going on, in my opinion. The company, he ended up splitting companies anyway. He did SmackDown and Raw. That should have been WCW and WWF, and it should have been once a year where we fight each other. I mean, again, yeah, I'm to this day dumbfounded that the angle's still not going on.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.